My name's Laura. I'm your host this evening, and we're going to get through this together. It's going to be great. How are we feeling tonight? Good? Great. Love that. Puppies, love that. No children, just puppies. This is my kind of space. Oh, the weather. It's been interesting a little bit. Yeah, I still can't get a grasp on it. I'm from California. Been here 6 years. Still can't get used to it. I try. The weather kind of reminds me of Nashville drivers. You know, you never know which way we're gonna go. You know, we think we're going one way and then it just takes a quick hard right. We're in winter, all of a sudden it's spring, then it's a tornado, and then we've got blossoms blooming, you know, the next day. It's fun, it keeps you on your toes. Been seeing a lot of homeless people around where I live. That makes me sad. You know, I hate seeing people without a home, being displaced. But man, I hate pulling up next to them at a red light. I'm not gonna lie. And you know, I'm 10 and 2. I wave, I'm nice, you know. I start looking around in my car, I'm like, man, I got a pen and raisins. What can we do with that? You know, I'm gonna help if I can, and I'll pull up my iPhone 13 to look at a text that I didn't receive, so I don't have to make eye contact, just feeling like that basic, you know. Oh, but it's good. Everybody ready for April Fools? That is coming up. Reminder, anybody like a die-hard April Fools fan, like you look forward to it? Anyone? Okay, no, me neither. But last year, I hadn't done it in a while. I was like, man, I really want to play a prank, but you know, everybody's from here and has caught on to that trend by now. And I was like, I really just need someone, you know, not from the United States. Aha, my boyfriend, he's from Columbia. And not Columbia, Tennessee, Columbia, the other one. And I was like, this is great. Like, you don't run into these opportunities every day, right? And so I was like, man, I gotta think of a good one. And so the day came. And it was like 1, and I texted him, I was like, honey, I'm in an ambulance, I'm on the way to the ER, I think I broke my leg. Yes. Side note, he's a doctor from Columbia that works at Vanderbilt. And he texts me, he's like, I'm coming home, like I'm on my way, which hospital are you heading to? And I'm like, oh, it doesn't hurt that bad, like I'm fine, you know, this isn't something you need to not get paid for. And he calls me and I hear this, because he's like running home, and I'm like, April Fools! He's like, what? Yeah, it's this thing that we do here in the United States. As I'm explaining it, it sounds really messed up. Gotcha. And I found out later he was in a meeting with his head supervisor, and he just dropped everything and just like bolted home. I was like, ah! The next day he told me that his supervisor thought it was hilarious. So it worked out. Yeah. I caught up with my father today. You know, a good phone call with the parents is always hit or miss. I was explaining to my dad, I haven't talked to him in a few weeks, and I was just sharing where I'm at, you know, and I was like, yeah, life can be kind of heavy sometimes. I was feeling like a little emotional, just wanted a little empathy, you know. Kind of broke it down to him, and he was like, well, Laura, at least you're not in the hospital dying in a hospital bed. Thanks, Dad. You know, this is great. Oh. So I'm in my mid-30s. Yay! Anybody in the mid-30s? Thank you. I'm technically 36, but who determines what the cutoff is? You know? And I like it. I really enjoy being in my 30s. I do, and I feel I can speak for myself, but I feel like as women, we're more confident. We know what we want. We've dated each and every type of guy there is out there. We have an emotional support animal at this point. We're good to go, you know? And we don't put up with stuff is basically what I'm saying. We have lower tolerance for things. And for example, I plopped down next to the couch, on the couch, next to my boyfriend on the couch. And I was wearing my sexy negligee, my sweatpants from Target. You know, you gotta keep it interesting. And I flopped down, I was like, honey, can you like rub my legs? You know, and it's been a rough day just being a comic. And he goes to like slowly pull up my pant leg, all like sensual, you know, excited. And he looks down. I haven't shaved my legs in like 2 weeks. So he like looks at me and then he just starts like petting me. And I'm like, what? This is who I am. You don't like it? There's the door. But deep down I'm like, dear God, please don't leave. There's only dating apps and single men in their 40s that still think it's not their fault the relationship ended. Any singles in the audience? Singles? Maybe. We're not sure we want to admit it. Couples. Dating in Nashville was rough when I first moved out here. It was rough. The dating apps, I went on Bumble. Have you guys heard of Bumble? Yeah, it's where the woman makes the first move because we all say you really love that. But it was fun. It started becoming funny for me. The photos is what really got me. And I always saw 3. Always the same type of photo. The first one is always a fish pic. What is with that? Someone can explain it to me after the show. I'm from the West Coast. Is that like a thing here? Is that supposed to like turn us on? Because I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to like get more swipes up, down, right, left, wherever you go these days, I feel like a guy should post a picture of him like killing a spider. You know, like putting the toilet seat down, vacuuming, those kind of things. And then the next one is always like a guy with a kid in the photo, and it's usually like sitting on his lap or holding him or whatever. And he always puts Uncle Time, which is code for this isn't mine. But I look darn good holding one, you know? And I love it. And then the third one is the gym pic with the tankini and the armpit hairs hanging out, thinking we really dig that. We don't. Keep that tucked in. Yeah, but I did go on a date with one Southern guy. So here's the thing with me being like from the West Coast. We approach things differently. I know out here it's different, and it didn't work out with Southern guys basically because I speak my mind and I'm not like their mom. But we went on a date, and he was from Alabama. And I like Alabama. No, I like it. It's great. And he took me to a restaurant, and this was the guy that was like a repetitive dating app like dater. Like he had the place down, he had the table picked out, he knew the waitresses. It was interesting. And in the middle of dinner, out of nowhere, he's like, "My testosterone's real good. It's real high." Like, is that code for something out here? Like, what does that mean? You know, and I didn't know what to say, and it just kind of threw me off. And he dropped me off, and he was really proud of his truck. He talked about his truck, which I've kind of figured out, like a truck out here is like a second penis to guys. Very proud. Like, don't diss the truck. Learn that the hard way. You know, and they're really, Southern people are very sweet. They say bless your heart instead of like F you know? And it's like a little passive about it, a little sweet tang on the side. And it was just a lot, but he got kind of like aggressive. It was just like a little too much. And he offered to take me to meet up with his friends at a bar. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna head home. He's like, oh, so you don't like fun? Not your kind of fun. You know, I don't know. And so he dropped me off. I gave him a little bless your heart, and got a dog the next day. So, all right, guys, you ready for your first comment?